Hey, welcome everyone to today's session. Thanks so much for taking time out of your job. I really appreciate it. Today we're going to go through the Verint workshop, and it's just creating a survey in Verint. And my name is Niamh Tyke. Okay, so our aim today is to create a survey in the web-based tool Verint. So our objective, so by the end of today's session, you'll all be able to list 3 uses of surveys. You'll be able to create a new survey in Verint. You'll be able to create 2 choose 1 questions in Verint, and you'll be able to test the survey. Okay, so can anybody tell me uses of surveys?
Job analysis.
Yeah. Another one?
Diversity.
Yeah, that's it.
Form review?
Form review, yeah, brilliant. Okay, so I'll just go through job analysis. We use that in order to attain the tasks that someone performs in their role and the knowledge to competently perform those tasks. We use a survey to get that information. For a form review, once our test is assembled, we import that into Verint, and then it's in a survey format that we can send out to our subject matter experts. And then finally, the standard setting, which you all mentioned, that's in order to ascertain the standard and the passing score of an exam. We get the entire test, import that into Verint, and the subject matter experts can actually take the exam through Verint. So also there's another benefit to using Verint. Does anyone know what that is?
Gathering information in a secure manner.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really important that our exams are confidential. So by using Verint, it's a secure method for subject matter experts to view the exam. So it's just that we've complete control over when they see the survey, how long they see it for. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the Verint tool itself. So we'll just click into the website. And I'll just click up. So here we need to put a username or password. So if you need to get login details, you can get that from your team lead. Okay, so just take a second. So this is the main screen that you always see when you go into Verint. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a survey. So in order to do that, I just click this down arrow and I go design from scratch. Then it'll pop up that you need to name your survey. So I'm just going to call it New Survey 2014 and then press OK. So then we can see here that it's we need to add some questions in order for it to be a survey. So for today we're going to pick a choose 1. And the reason I'm picking this is because all of our exams contain multiple choice single response. That just means that there's a question, there's multiple choices, and there's one correct answer. So I'm just going to write in here which of the following counties is in Connacht. Right. So I'll put in Mayo, Louth, Dublin, and then I'm going to add in a 4th choice. So in order to do that, you just click Add Choice, and then I'll put in Kerry, whatever. Okay, so that's the first, right? And then to add another question, we just have to click the down arrow here. We go Add. I'll just scroll this down for you, and then you press Choose 1. So again, it comes up the same way again. So I'll just go another question. It's just a bit subjective. It's all right. Yellow, blue, and then I'll just add another. So it's the same thing again. You just go Add Choice, and then I'll go green. So now we've created our survey, we've labelled it, we've created 2 questions. Now we need to test it and actually see that it's working. So we press test, then we go test your survey, so we go OK. And then a new screen will pop up. And then there we can see the 2 questions there. We can see I've got spelling mistakes, so I need to go back and change those. But we can see that they're all there. There's a link there and a submit survey button. Okay, so does anybody have any questions?
So the link, like, is that automatically available? You can just add it to an email and just
just
Yeah.
send it out.
So that link is always for our survey. So for participants to take the survey, they'll have to click that link in order to take it.
And
Yeah.
like, is there any way that you can make the link better, like in terms of, it's all numbers and letters, or
No.
maybe just mask it or something like that?
No, I don't think there's a way to do that. I'll look into it though,
Yeah.
because there's a Verint template. It's quite a user-friendly tool. So there's probably a way, like the way you use hyperlinks, that you can highlight it, and then if you want to call it a name, and then have the link underneath that. I'm sure you can do it. Actually, it is like a link, so you probably could do something like that. Is there any other questions?
How do you save your progress as you're building the survey?
Oh, good question. So it seems to save automatically, but the best way, what I always make sure to do, is I always press test. So as you're going through, you just press test, and that updates everything for you. Okay. Right. What we'll do now is I'm going to get each of you to just go through the steps that I just went through. So I'll just go back here to return to surveys. Okay, so Chris, if you want to come up and try and create a new survey.
Okay. So I go to new,
That's right, yeah.
design from scratch.
Yeah, and now you'll have to label it.
New
Something you want.
survey 2.
Perfect, that's great.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so Claire, if you want to pop up now, and we'll create a question.
Thanks. Okay, so it was choose many, wasn't it? No, choose
No,
one.
choose one.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, yeah.
And then if you just want to pop in a question there,
So
anything at all that you want. Yeah, that's perfect. And there's two ways to do that. So she's clicking each of the options there, and then there's another way to do it as well. I think I forgot to mention this, that you can press the tab key, and that will bring you down to each option. And then add choice. Perfect, yeah. So that's to add your fourth choice, because we always have a question with 4 responses.
okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Great. Thanks, Mel. So Ian, if you want to just create another choose one question.
Okay.
So this is just slightly different.
I'll click the drop down here
That's it. Yeah.
and
And
choose
choose
one.
Great.
So, any questions at all?
Yeah.
One, two, three. Add choice.
Yeah, because we always want 4 options.
Say 0.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's great. Okay. So then we've one final step left, and that's to test our survey. So Mark, if you want to just pop up for a second. Great. Yeah. So you go test. Okay. And yeah, and again, like what happened before, it's popped up. We've got our 2 questions there, and we've got our link at the top. That's to access the survey. So that's great. So we'll just go back now. So what we've just to recap there, so we created our question, we created our survey, we labeled the survey, we created 2 questions, and then we tested the survey. So I'm just going to get you to do one more thing. Can you just list down on the paper in front of you 3 uses of surveys? Perfect. Okay, so Claire, do you remember one of them?
Yeah, standard setting?
Yeah, perfect. Chris?
Form review.
Form review, great. Mark?
Job analysis.
Job analysis, yeah. And also, actually, do you remember, Ian, what was another advantage to using surveys?
Delivering content security.
Yeah, definitely, that's it. Okay, so just to summarise, we went through the 3 uses of surveys in test development. So that was job analysis, form reviews, and standard settings. We created a new survey and we labelled it. We created 2 choose one questions in Verint. So the reason that we stuck with that choose one is because we use multiple choice, single response questions for all our exams. So they are the questions that work in Verint for those. And then finally we tested the survey. Okay, so are there any further questions or areas of clarification that you need?
Very clear, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grant. Okay, well thanks so much for taking your time out of your day. I'm just going to hand around feedback forms, if you wouldn't mind filling these in, and also there are just some slides of today's presentation that you can review in your own time.
Great, thanks.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thanks.
Thanks.